Hello everyone. Today I'm making a video of my 2016 cleanup week trash finds here in Fargo. I don't know how many fans total I found, but I know I found 30 pedestal fans at least and 45 box fans at least. Haven't counted the rest, but at least 75. Anyway, you may have seen my 2014 cleanup week trash finds video, but if you haven't, cleanup week is a thing where that my city does where people put out tons of trash for mass free pickup, and it's a gold mine for fans, vintage and new. I mostly repair the new ones and sell them, and I keep the older ones, or the ones I like. So I'm going to be making a video showing you guys all the fans I found here. Most of these fans I have not tested yet, so I'm not sure how well they run or what they're missing or all that. So I mainly use the ones that are too messed up for parts and to repair some of the other ones. But anyway, we'll get started here with the pedestal fans. Back there's a Hawaiian Breeze with a busted base. I believe that one works. We have a black comfort zone. We have a 20-inch Holmes pedestal fan with the 5 skinny blades, and a white comfort zone pedestal fan. There's a Lascal, a cheap Lascal pedestal. Car just went by, but and then here's a Lascal Performance Series pedestal fan. And then right here I found a vintage Lascal 16-inch pedestal fan. Now the unfortunate part about this is it's grafted to a cheap pedestal fan base, but I'm going to be scrapping that base because I found this at another house. It's just the base to a 16-inch Lascal, so I'll be grafting this head to this so I can have the complete 16-inch Lascal fan. And I have all the smaller miscellaneous parts in my workshop. Here's an older Sunstar pedestal fan. I believe that this one probably does work, but the grill is really messed up, so I'll have to get a spare one or try and bend that one back into shape. Then we have a 16-inch Honeywell Pedestal Fan. Those are childhood fans. And then there's a cheap Galaxy. Back there's a Home Essentials Pedestal Fan. Found quite a few of those. And then there's I've never seen one of these before. It's a green 12-inch Dura Kraft Pedestal Fan. It's missing the front grill, but that's a pretty interesting find there. Never seen one like that before. I didn't find any multicolored Dura Crafts, unfortunately. Then right here we have a Tatung branded 16-inch imported fan. Seems to be in nice shape. It'll probably run. And here we have an older Flonus stand fan, seized up. Here we have some no-name cheap pedestal fan with a wobbly base. Here's an older Wexford with the clear blades. And then here we have a Lascal, an older Lascal pedestal fan. This one right here I'm going to keep. This is the only pedestal I'll be keeping for myself. It's a 12-inch Lascal pedestal fan. These are massive childhood fans for me. This one's in very rough condition. It has a cracked blade here. It's seized up. Oscillator's broken. And and it's missing the front grill. But I found this 12-inch Lascal, the same era, which has a damaged base, which I'll be using for parts to repair this one back to working condition. So I got lucky with that. Here's a 16-inch Holmes 3-bladed fan head. I'll probably be using it for parts, as these are childhood fans, and the only thing I'm missing on the one that I have that's complete is that center medallion, so I'll be pulling that off of this to use. And the rest, most of the metal I'll probably scrap, and I'll keep some of the plastic parts. Here's a Lascal black 16-inch pedestal, cheap one. And here's a Wind Chaser, which is missing both grills. It's an interesting fan. I've never seen one like it, but it's probably just another Taiwanese import. Then back there's a Dura Kraft black pedestal fan. Here you have a Lascal Performance Series, probably for parts, as the blade is damaged, the grill is damaged, and it's probably dead. And then here's an interesting one I found. It looks pretty much brand new. It's a Honeywell Quiet Set. Haven't heard very good things about these, but I'm going to see if I can get it running because it looks like an interesting fan. Here's another cheap fan, some Intertek Pedestal Fan. It's just one of those average cheap imports. And then here's an interesting little pivoting fan. It's a Honeywell. I've always liked these fans. I don't really like the chrome around them, but I really like that you can tilt the bottom one like that. It's a really neat concept. I haven't seen as many of these anymore as I used to. Here's an Smc Pedestal. Found this one on my street. There's a Lascal Performance Series pedestal. And here's an older cool horn, I believe, with a chrome medallion. And then down here we have a Lascal Cyclone, a newer one. Looks pretty much brand new, but it's probably dead. And then here we have a Lascal Cyclone Plus, which I might get working. I've never seen one with a thermostat before. It's very interesting. And then your average Lakewood cool operator, probably for parts, because of broken grills and the stand is missing. I bet it runs though. Now we move on to the ceiling fan finds. I'm not as knowledgeable on ceiling fans as I am on portable fans, so I'll just try my best. There's a 42-inch Hunter Hugger. I actually found that one sitting in a dumpster a while back, but I just thought I'd throw it in here. Then we have this 42-inch style Hugger. I found two of these exact ones at the same house, and then an older SMC model. I believe it's an SMC with these cool stencils. So I grabbed that, obviously. Here we have another Hugger of some sort. Not sure what it is. I think it's a King of Fans, like the one I have set up there. Looks pretty much exactly like it, with only slight differences. The only difference I've picked up so far is the motor and the stencils and the blades. Otherwise, it's pretty much exactly the same. Here is a, not sure what this is. I think it's a Hunter or a Harbor Breeze of some sort. But, yeah. And then here's an SMC DC42. I actually found two of these. That one, and then have the blades there for the other one, the motor there. I actually think these are pretty sweet fans. I may keep one for myself, we'll see. Here I found another ceiling fan, not sure what it is, probably Hunter or something of that sort. But the electrical connections are all messed up, so I'm not sure if it even works. There's another one, just like the King of Fans style fan up there, but it has a tight cane blades, the tight weave cane blades. And then I found another set of blades, a light kit and some other parts in this box here. These are newer blades though. No motor for them. And then back there I found the other Hugger that's just like this. This one I pulled for parts. I already trashed the blades because they were all moldy. I'm thinking of saving the light kit because it's intact and it's pretty cool. But the motor and all that stuff will probably be scrapped. There's another Hunter, complete. Not sure why it was thrown out. And then even there are the blades to that Hunter, and then there's another Hunter once again. There's some 42-inch spinner back there, probably for parts, as the light kit shorted out and the metal is all bent up. The arms are bent. It's just in sad shape. Here's a Westinghouse turbo swirl. I've always thought these were pretty cool looking. And finally there's what I believe to be a Hunter Albertville in here, but I'm not sure exactly what it is. Now we move on to some of the smaller fans here. We have little Coleman, I believe, camper fan. Nope, Tech Sport camper fan. The light works, but the fan currently does not work. I'm going to see if I can get that going. It's an interesting little fan. Here we have a Tozai, I think that's how you say it, 6-inch imported fan. It's interesting, but it's pretty rough shape. 90s Holmes air oscillator, kind of like the old badge there. Lascal breeze machine, one of the newer ones, pretty dirty. Here we have this little toy kids fan, battery fan. Not sure if it works. The blades are in rough shape, but I grabbed it because I remember seeing them in stores as a kid. I thought they were interesting. And then back there we have a Polar Air seized motor. Finally up here we have probably the oldest fan I found. It's an old GE Jet Turbine Style Fan. Unfortunately, got dropped at some point. It's just completely messed up. I mainly grabbed it to use the motor on a GE standard type table fan that I have, or if I can find another shell, because it's a really cool fan. And excuse me. Now we'll move on to the desk fans here. Here we have some cheaper desk fan. It's very dirty. Not sure what brand it is, but it's just some cheap mesh grill fan. Here we have a Dura Kraft 12-inch fan. Probably use the front grill. Probably just going to use this whole thing for parts. Back is smashed in, base is cracked. Motor runs free, but the shaft is rusty. Probably use the grill and clips for the multicolor Dura Kraft I have that I found 2 years ago, and I'll paint it blue for that. Here's a Windmere 9-inch table fan. First one I found of those. Cheap Lascal table fan. Here's the older Lascal I'll be using for parts for this. So you can see it's pretty much falling apart. It's too bad, these are pretty neat fans. But yeah, there's that. Then here's another. Here's a 12-inch Windmere. There's another one of those Lascals. And then here we have a 16-inch Lascal, pretty much brand new. And here's my favorite desk fan find. Panasonic 16-inch 5-way oscillator. I'm sure it works. It's in very nice shape, other than a little yellowing. Blue blades are in amazing condition. Cord is intact. Just a great find. I'll go over here next. Oh yeah, and I also found these old heaters. I don't collect heaters, but these were just so cool looking, I couldn't pass them up. This one's in mint condition. It's an old Coronado instant heat. And then that's a little Titan style heater. Alright. Over here we have the parts that I found. Some grills, mostly Lakewood, one Galaxy. Pedestal fan head, I'll probably just scrap that. Throw that over there. Unfortunately, I was too late for the 16-inch Lascal. I only found the base. Some ceiling fan parts for scrap. And then this ceiling fan, probably for scrap. It's all messed up. It's a newer Hugger. So, over here we have some window fans. I found this Marvin strapped to some very nasty smelling wood. Pulled the fan off. I'm going to see if I can find a window panel and clean this fan, because it smells like nicotine or cigarettes or whatever. We have a comfort zone. A lot of cars today, but this is a comfort zone window fan that I found. Down there we have a larger Holmes. Interesting design, never seen one like it. We have a newer Dura Kraft and two more Dura Krafts. This one's shattered completely. It'll be used for parts. This one's in good shape. Then we have an old one of Marvin's last model window fans. Two 4-blade fans on it. Here we have a 16-inch or 18-inch Honeywell pivoting fan. Grabbed it because I remember them as a kid. They're a childhood fan. Probably runs just super dirty and the pivoting point is broken, like with most Honeywells. Here we have a Patton 14-inch fan, industrial fan. I'll probably keep this for use in the garage. And then here we have a Tropical Breeze industrial fan. Really dirty. There's a 9-inch Home Trends. Found one of these a couple years back. They're decently powerful for what they are. Nowhere near a Lakewood though. And then this is some cheap Walmart, I think, air circulator. I think it's a PMX. Something like that. But I don't know exactly. It's missing the pivoting stand. Unfortunately, I was too late for this box fan. Start on the box fans now. This is a Sears Kenmore Thermostat electrically reversible box fan. I saw it in a guy's scrapper truck. He was very close to taking it to the scrap dump, and I knocked on his door, told him that I collect fans, and I saw this in the back of his truck, and I offered him some money for it, and he said I could take whatever I wanted that was related to the fan. So I grabbed it, and unfortunately this is all that was left. The grills, the motor, he told me the motor worked when his neighbor gave it to him, so sadly he had already parted it out, but it used to run. And then the pedestal with the stand. I'm going to see if I can find a switch and thermostat for it. Rewiring is not going to be fun. There's like 5 or 6 wires sticking out of there. But we'll see what happens. I'm definitely not going to scrap or part out this one. This is a very cool fan. And we'll start with the cheaper ones over here. Here we have an Aerospeed which I actually think I may have repaired in the past, because it looks like it had taken a fall, but I ripped off the grills and tossed those, but there's a heat shrink repair here. I think this fan may have been one I fixed a couple years ago and donated to the thrift store. May have just been thrown out again, so that would be an interesting coincidence if that's true. That'll probably get scrapped and used for parts. We have 3 Holmes box fans. One of them works, I know that. 4 Galaxy box fans. And then a ton of Lascos. Here's a Lasco Cool Colors. Some of the cheap Lascos. One of these, not sure which one exactly right now, but one of the ones that has the cord. I plugged it in and it started shorting out. So hopefully I'll make a video of the burnout of that fan. There's a Lasco Weather Shield, I believe, with Thermostat. There's an older Lasco with the pedal blades from '99. Probably will be parted out due to severe rust. And then a 1999 Lasco with the D blades. And a 1998 or 97 Lasco with the D blades. Now we move on to the Lakewoods. Found a lot of Lakewoods. We have this braceblader without the handle. I put them in order from newest to oldest. Another braceblader without the handle. And we move on to the handle on top of the switch in the back. Found 2 of those. And then the most well-known Lakewood braceblader, the 101 with the handle and switch on top. Found 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of those. And then back at the other end here, 2 of these Lakewoods with Macmillan motors, and the older 200i style cabinet and switch. Now we move on to the better stuff. This was my first find of the year. Found it on a Tuesday. It's a Toastmaster that will be parted out, and maybe I can save the motor and blade, but the rest will be scrapped due to lots of broken parts and a bent up cabinet. Over here we have another Toastmaster. Hopefully it'll run. It's missing the handle and switch, but it's a neat fan. And then right here we have a 90s Galaxy D-bladed box fan. This is actually the first one of these I found during cleanup week. It's in very nice condition, just a little dirty. Has the handle. It may need a new switch, but otherwise it's in amazing condition. Then behind it we have another D-bladed Galaxy, an older model. Doesn't have the wagon wheel hub or anything like that, but it's still an interesting find. Grills are very yellowed, but I'm sure the fan runs. And then behind that we have 3rd generation Lakewood box fan for parts. Broken blade, missing front grill. The motor probably works, but cabinet is rusty in the bottom, so it'll probably get scrapped. I'll probably save the grill, switch, motor, a couple other parts. And then behind those, put them back here real quick, I found 3 Lakewood 2nd generation box fans. 2 of them with the sparkly speed sticker, 1 of them with the metallic speed sticker. That one's in the nicest shape. This one will probably be used for parts to repair the other 2 back to working condition. This one's very rough, but I haven't tested any of them, don't know if they work. Switches all seem to work on all of them. So, and then back here we have probably the nastiest smelling fan I've ever picked up. 1st generation Lakewood K223. Smells just awful. I could barely take the smell when I got back. I don't know, but it smells like a mix of sweat, urine, and other stuff. But I'll be probably tossing the grills, and I'll spray the blade with some degreaser and stuff, and open up the motor and heavily degrease that. And then we move on to my favorite finds, the older metal fans. 2 of these yellow Eskimos with the 3 blades. I actually was going to buy one of these off eBay for like $60 with a missing handle and some rust in the bottom because I really liked them. This year I found 2 of them. One of them will probably be sold to another collector, this one here, and then I'll probably be keeping the one in the back for myself. I really like these fans. One in the back I did find on the curb. The other one I saw in the back of a scrapper's truck. I talked to the guy and I told him that I collected fans and I was wondering if I could buy it off him. And he said just take it. He was going to scrap it the next day, so I got really lucky with that. And these is a super electric 14-inch box fan in green. Has some rust in the bottom, but I'm sure it runs. Behind that is a very nasty Lakewood, or a very nasty Pencrest box fan. My friend actually picked this one up for me. It's electrically reversible. Unfortunately, it has the GE Fireball style motor, I believe, the export. But I'll see if it even works. Hopefully it does, as it's a pretty neat fan. Now behind that, we have my two favorite box fans that I found. This one I found walking home from school one day. See if I can get it out here without damaging anything. It's an old EXL 3 plastic bladed box fan. This one I'll be keeping. It's in very nice shape. It's just really dirty. I'm sure it's mint under the dirt. It's a really cool fan. And then behind that one, put this one back in real quick. Behind the EXL, I found this awesome Air King 2-speed box fan. Has a couple broken slats in the plastic grill, but otherwise it's mint. Has some dirt, but I'm sure I can get it going again. I've always liked the style of these older Air Kings. There's the back of the fan. The motor's in very nice shape. The windings look perfect. But yeah, that's pretty much it for my 2016 Cleanup Week fan finds. Always enjoy this time of year. And there's an overall shot of the fans. We got a general count of what I found, and we'll make some videos of the ones I keep. I'm hoping to keep the Air King EXL, one of the Eskimos, possibly the Galaxy, the newer Galaxy, this Pedestal, and the Panasonic. But we'll see what happens as far as all these fans. Hopefully get some more going. And thanks for watching, and remember to comment, rate, and subscribe.